Which of these three characters will get the most screen time in The Last Jedi? Hard to say. Don't think it's gonna be C-3PO. Just picked up these Last Jedi figures. Finn, C-3PO, Poe Dameron. Finn and Poe seem pretty much exactly like figures from the previous movie. C-3PO's got his gold arm back. I skipped buying the red-armed C-3PO, so it's funny that I chose to pick this one, considering I've got lots of different versions of him. I think I just got swept up in that Force Friday hype. Anyway, Poe and Finn look pretty much exactly like figures from the previous movie, although I do think they are new sculpts. And C-3PO looks like every C-3PO they've ever made. But he's not chrome, and the chrome ones are far superior. So here we've got Finn wearing a white shirt and blue pants, and he's got the jacket on that he got from Poe, and he's carrying the blaster that Han Solo gave him. I think the white shirt and blue pants might be different from the previous movie. Maybe not. I don't even remember what he wore exactly. Good head sculpt. He's got articulation at the shoulders and at the hips. Nothing at the wrists or anything like that. Look, there's the little chip in him. I was wondering how they were doing that. I gotta talk to you guys about Force Link in just a second. And then the jacket does seem to be an add-on. It's not something that you can remove, but I do like that it has some flexibility to it. It's kind of cool. Force Link is a new toy gimmick that Hasbro is using in the new Star Wars figures. You can buy a device that you strap on your wrist, and when you get your hand near a figure or pick up a figure, it will play a sound, usually a voice clip from that character, or like engine sounds for a vehicle. There's definitely been a big push to bring toys to life with Disney Infinity and Skylanders and all that other stuff. You know, you put the toy on the pad and now you can play with it in a video game, and here, now you pick up your toy and it talks. Here's C-3PO, a nice looking action figure. He's got a good gold paint scheme there. I do like that his eyes are painted. They stand out nicely. He's got some details in his chest there. He has articulation at the arms. He has articulation at the hips. And of course articulation at the head. He does not feature a ball joint like most of the figures from this line. He just has a swivel there, which makes sense though because he is C-3PO, and C-3PO is a little stiff. Pretty good looking figure. You know, very basic. This is a character we've seen a million times in Star Wars toys. So, if you don't have him, you gotta get him. Next up, we've got Poe Dameron in his X-Wing uniform. He's got a removable helmet and a small blaster there. They did a nice job with his helmet. I like the fact that it has the clear visor. His pistol can be holstered on his hip down here. Poe has a ball and socket joint at the head, swivels at the shoulders, swivels at the hips. His cord here is flexible. Of course, you can see he's got the Force Link logo on his foot there as well. It is interesting that Poe has wrist articulation, which seems to not be present on most of the other Last Jedi figures. Poe's head fits nicely on General Hux's body, but Finn's head is super loose on Poe Dameron's body. Let's try Hux. Ooh, want to make a generic X-Wing pilot? Spoilers! Theory confirmed. Hux becomes part of the Resistance. If you're trying to collect the important characters from The Last Jedi, you might want all three of these guys. They're kind of a big deal. But if you have figures from the previous movie, these are three you could probably pass on. I think the Poe figure maybe is the nicest out of them. I'm trying to remember. I know there was a Poe figure with a removable helmet in the last movie. There was also one with a non-removable helmet. And for some reason, one of them had like a solid visor versus the one had like a clear visor. So I don't remember quite how that worked out. But this is a pretty good version of him. So that's kind of up to you whether you want to pick these figures up. I know there's definitely pretty sure going to be another version of Finn in a disguise uniform. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get Poe in a more civilian-looking outfit or just a regular Resistance uniform, not as a pilot. So there definitely will be other versions of these characters to keep an eye out for. And C-3PO, this is probably the only figure he's getting from this movie. Not a bad figure in the lot. Hey boys and girls, today's episode of Super Exciting Outrageous Toy Review featured Poe Dameron, Finn, and C-3PO from Star Wars The Last Jedi. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.